Kia ora and welcome to Business Your Way, a podcast where I take you behind the scenes and look at the strategies, systems and support needed to grow and scale an online service business. One that not only supports you and your family financially, but one that gives you the freedom to live the life of your dreams. I'm taking the many lessons learnt over the last 2 decades of running my own business and working with hundreds of clients to bring you what's working now conversations. I'm pulling back the curtain to bring you real stories from real people, including myself. We're going to talk about everything from how to get clarity on your vision, creating systems so you can automate and delegate, how to hire a kick-ass team that creates raving, returning and referring clients. We're even going to talk about how to kick those limiting beliefs to the curb so that you can flourish in your business. I'm your host, Sandra Julian, an Indigenous mama of 3, fashion-loving sewist and business strategist. Each week, I want to help you dream big, plan well, and do the work to grow and scale your business your way. If you're ready to scale your business but you're not sure where to start, you can take my free 2-minute quiz to uncover the secret strengths of your agency owner personality type. You'll discover how you can use your strengths to scale and streamline your business without compromising you. Head to the show notes for the link, sandrajulian.co/quiz. Hey friend, this is episode 72 of Business Your Way. To kickstart the podcast this year, I've been delivering a number of Shortie episodes that are intended to provide some prompts for you to ponder on as you are considering and setting your plans for 2023. But if you want to go a bit deeper than these short and punchy episodes, then I'd like to invite you to a workshop that I'm delivering on the 8th of February. It's a live virtual workshop, so you can join from wherever you are in the world. The workshop is intended to help you step into 2023 with clarity and focus to run your business by design instead of by default, so that you can be your best self in 2023. If this sounds like something that you need to attend, then I recommend that you go and save your seat over at sandrajulian.co/best self. I've also put a link in the show notes below. Tickets are just NZ $40, which is approximately US 25. So nothing that's going to break the bank, and yet you will get tremendous value. Alrighty, if you are ready, let's dive into this episode. Do you choose a word of the year? Have you heard of the concept of a word of the year? I came across this concept a few years ago and have been using this technique of self-development ever since. If you're new to the concept, it's about choosing a word or sometimes a phrase as a theme for your year and using it to guide your decisions, your thoughts and your actions and the experiences that you want to curate for yourself during the year. For me, it's about setting an intention for the year that helps inform how I'm going to show up for myself and my business and my life. Your word of the year doesn't have to mean anything to anyone else but yourself, which is what I love about it. It helps you move out of your comfort zone and experience the things in life and the things in your business through a lens of, self-development and pushing yourself just that little bit more. One year I chose the phrase bold and brave because I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone, to speak up more, to have the hard conversations if I needed to find my voice and to really stand up for my thoughts and opinions. Every time that year that I felt uncomfortable, I would ask myself, if I was being bold and brave, what would I do? And then I would just simply do that. It was the year of feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And if I hadn't have gone through that year of being bold and brave, it is highly likely that you wouldn't be listening to me today deliver this podcast. That was the year that I really had to decide how I was going to find my voice, how I was going to really speak up and share my message with more people to help more people with their business and share the experiences that I've had over the years in business to help others. It was no longer time to just sit down and be quiet. And I really want to say this to you. There is really no right way or wrong way to go about selecting your word of the year. For the first couple of years, I looked for words that would push me outside of my comfort zone, because at that time, I knew that what got me here wasn't going to get me there. And then these last couple of years, I've let my word of the year find me. I know that sounds a bit woo-woo, but when this year's word presented itself, I just knew in my gut that it was the right word for this year. If there is one thing I've learned, it is to trust your intuition. If it feels right for you, then it is right for you. Every time I second guess my intuition, I've kicked myself later. So I encourage you to, trust that intuition that when you find the right word, it will be the right word. It will speak to you in so many different ways. If finding a year of the word is new to you, it might just be worth sitting down and just writing a few words. You'll soon discover that when you write the words on paper, they'll either speak to you or they won't. And what I mean by they'll speak to you is you'll be able to see how that word will help you grow and evolve. You will see how that word can be utilized, and you'll see how it can be used as a theme in the year ahead. And when a word feels that good, that's how you know that you've found your word. My word for this year is appreciation. This year, I really want to stop and smell the roses and be in the present moment. I try not to spend too much time in the past because I tend to beat myself up for the things that I could have done better or they didn't quite go well. So I don't like to spend too much time in the past dwelling on things. I never really used to spend that much time trying to predict the future until I learnt that I don't have to live my life by default. I can actually have control over my future and what it includes. So now I love to imagine what's possible for myself, what's possible for my family and my business, and I spend joyous amounts of hours making plans and taking action towards bringing my dreams to life and living a life that matters. But it only has to matter to me. My life only has to matter to me and what I want to make a difference and how I want to show up in the world. It doesn't matter to anybody else. So this year, I want to spend more time appreciating the small things in the now moment. I don't know about you, but for me, I can skim over the small milestones and I can keep striving for the next best milestone and keep looking towards where I'm headed. Like, when is my next big overseas holiday? But I barely stop to appreciate what is all around me now, which is why this word makes so much sense for me in 2023. I mean, usually I live my life at 100 miles an hour anyway, and I'm always doing something. Even when I'm relaxing, I'm still doing something. Mainly in my sewing room, but that's still doing something. The word appreciation can be expressed externally to those around me, but it can also be expressed internally and influence my thoughts. It can help me to continue to expand my growth mindset. I have to work on that every single day. And I came up while I was, looking at this episode and what I wanted to share with you in this episode, I came across this quote, which is what I want to leave you with today. It's a quote by William Faulkner, and it goes like this. Gratitude is a quality similar to electricity. It must be produced and discharged and used up in order to exist at all. So what will your word of the year be? You can use the link in the show notes to send me a quick text message to tell me what your word of the year is and, why that's important to you. And before I leave you and let you get on with your day, a quick reminder about the workshop that I'm hosting on February the 8th. This is to help you step into 2023 with clarity and focus. This workshop is for you if you want to create a plan that overcomes your biggest challenges and focuses on exactly what you need and nothing that you don't. It will help anchor yourself so you aren't distracted by all of the shiny objects that come your way. In the workshop, you'll uncover the limiting factors that have been holding back your growth. You'll learn some good tools to organize yourself so you have the time to work on making your big dreams a reality without sacrificing other areas of your life. And you'll also learn how to develop daily personal automations and free up your brain space so you can make the important decisions when you need to. So if this sounds a little bit like something that you are needing right now, then I encourage you to come and join me. I will be live on the 8th of February. You can head on over to sandrajulian.co/bestself to save your ticket. I look forward to seeing you there. Before you go today, I want to thank you for being here and listening all the way to the end. All the links to this week's episode can be found in the show notes, and you can read a full blog of the episode at sandrajulian.co/podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit that subscribe button and get new episodes as soon as they're released. If you'd like to reach out to me and chat about anything on today's episode or any of the previous episodes on the podcast, then I've got a link in the show notes so you can leave me a voice message or a video message. I really do look forward to hearing from you. Alrighty, have a productive week and I will talk to you again real soon.